Hi everyone, and welcome back to our board game series. In the last episode we got our pawn moving nicely between board spaces, but now we're going to make it so that when we land on a board space something actually happens, and that's something really dependent upon you and what kind of board game you're making. In this example we're going to do a very basic simple point gaining system, but by all means do think about and experiment with what you want to do with your board game. But nonetheless, let's jump in and take a look at how we do the landed on functionality. Okay, so last time we were here, we added the movement in for this timeline over here. Now, when that is finished, it will call the next move, which is another turn, but then we get the end turn come up. Okay, and on the end turn, we want to take the destination that we want to go to. That'd be the board space we're aiming to, which would be this current board space. And we want to call a event dispatcher on it. So I'm going to take this and go to our board space, and we're going to call on landed event dispatcher. So we do call on landed. So that means we've landed on this board space. Next, we've got the passed by. So you may do something like in Monopoly, when you pass go, you get $200. It'd be the same as if you landed on it, passed it, whatever. You can do functionality on that too. So what we can do for that solution is make use of that on pass by going to the player controller and where are we? On move pawn. We've got moves to make, and this is where we do the actual movement. Okay, when that happens, I want it to trigger the pass by object. Okay, so we're going to get the adjacent spaces, put that down here, and we're going to do passed, call on passed, like so. So all we're going to do for this demo is just add points, okay? Something very simple. Not a very good game, but we're not going to worry about the intricacies of different things that you could possibly do with those spaces, as we could be all here all day and month, trying to make sure we cover every single type of board game out there. But the main thing is that you've got a way to determine whether or not you pass a space or whether you landed on a space. So to help test this out, I'm going to go to our board space. And I want to do the, let's go to our, let's go on here. We'll do a binding for landed. Just realized actually we don't need to do bindings on these guys, do we? We can just call it. Yeah, we'll just call it. I'm gonna redo what I just did. So rather than event dispatches, we'll just make functions on landed. Well, actually, we call it landed on, and another one for pass by. That'd be better. Yeah, and that means then on the player controller, rather than call and passed, because this should be a board space reference. Yep, we can just call passed by. And then on the pawn, rather than call landed, we can just do landed on. Like so. There we go. So back in my board space, I'm just going to do print strings on these for now to test this out. So we're going to have this one saying passed. And on landed on, we'll print landed. Okay, so here we go. Passed, 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 and eventually landed will pop up. Landed. There you go. No way, this one goes passed, 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 and landed on. Perfect. So let's keep track of some points for the character. So we're going to store those on the player controller. So we're going to go on here and we're going to do points. And we'll do an integer. Compile that. And I want to on here, on the probably, let's do a function, score points, an input for the integer, for the amount of points earned. So points earned. And we'll just drag that out and add it onto our points. Okay. And we'll just do a print string here to say how many points we've earned so far. Next, we're going to go to our landed on function. So on the board space, when we've landed on it, we probably want to know which controller or which character pawn has landed on this space. So we're going to go to the inputs and we're going to do a look for the player pawn. BP player pawn. Like that. And the reason why we're doing it like this, because that is actually getting called on the player pawn already. So I can just put in self as part of the player pawn there. So next, we need to get the controller from the pawn. Okay, so we're going to go to the board space here, get controller, and then we need to cast it to our specific controller. Cast to PC board game. And then we're going to score points. And the points that are going to be earned are going to be a variable we're going to add onto this one. So points worth. And by default, we'll set 1 point. But we're going to make that editable so we can change it in game. So let's go back here and we're going to say if you land on this one, you earn 5 points. This one, and this one are also going to be 5 points. And let's do the corner ones as 10s. Something like that. Okay. So let's see us earning some points now. So it's going to pass them until it lands. And then printed out 6 points. And you got 6 points because we started off on a space that gave us 1 point, and then we landed on one which gave us 5 points. And I probably would just say the starting spot here is going to be worth 0 points at the start. You could just say that if you wanted to. I know it's not a real game. You decide what you want to happen on here. But the main thing is just showing how you pass information to and from the player controller. Now, if you're giving things like wedges or tokens or anything like that to the player as well, that would be all stored on the player controller in a similar fashion. No real different to it, really. So it's ultimately up to you what you want to do for your design for your board game. Now, another little thing to add into our game, which we haven't done yet, is how to do a double roll. So if the player rolls a double, give them another go. So we can add that to the PC board game. We are keeping track of whether or not we get a double roll. Okay. And the double roll will trigger the next roll. So we're going to go to the event graph. And we go to track. Not track pawn, sorry, my bad. The player pawn. And we've got end turn triggering here. Now, end turn is triggered. Where are we? Yeah, I'll move pawn. Here we go. So, move pawn, move to make is greater than 0. Force would go down, and it triggers the end turn. Now, the trigger of end turn will only happen if double roll is not true. So, we put that as a branch. And that'd be false. If it's a double roll, we just call it start turn again. So we just do start turn. Like that. And that will trigger the event for player start turn again. And it'll do this, roll die again, etc, etc, etc. So there we go. We've now got our board spaces triggering something. That something is totally up to you, as I've mentioned many times throughout the video, what you want it to actually do. If there's something you're really stuck on, you don't know how to achieve, do leave a comment below, and we may consider doing something a bit more specific about it, or doing a separate whole series, depending on what you're asking. I don't know where you're going with it, so it's hard to accommodate everyone's needs. So we'll try and do our best. But if you want to watch the last episode, we can watch that right now over on patreon.com/Ryan Laley. And in that video, we're going to be going through how to make it so that when we reach a space that's got multiple directions to go down, the player has a choice about which direction to go to. And that'll be done through a widget. You can watch that next episode right now over on Patreon, as I said. And if you want to support the channel, you can donate just $1 a month and be a massive help. Or if you want private training sessions, we have a Diamond Patreon tier where you get a session per month with myself helping you out on your own projects. So a massive thank you to everyone supporting the channel by subscribing and hitting the little notification bell and supporting us on Patreon. It means everything to me, so thank you so much. And with that, I'll see you in the next episode. Over and out. Bye everyone.